Welcome back to Off Guard. I'm your host, Austin Rivers, along with my co-host, Pausha. We are back, man. My goodness, what might be the greatest playoff game I've seen in quite some time. I mean, I have never been so emotionally just up and down charged throughout a game. First off, the environment in New York just can't be beat. Second to none. Sure, the celebrity is great. It's the overall ambiance of the arena, outside, the city, how alive, how electric, how much hope is in that city right now for them to come through and win. Boy, was it snatched. This team, I tweeted it last night, I have never seen a team have this much in one playoff run success being down that big with that much little time. Multiple games.
Typically, the Knicks have been on the other side of that with the Celtics twice on the road, where they're the ones coming back, scratching and stealing wins.
But the way the Pacers are doing it, it's like games that they have no business winning.
Right.
Like they're down 7 with like 5 seconds left, and they win the game.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. They were down 7 or 8 with 30 seconds left, won the game twice. One with Milwaukee, one with Cleveland. Then they did it with the who else they beat? Then they did it yesterday with the Knicks. They were down 15 with like 3 minutes left. The game was over. I was almost like, bro, when they went to timeout, I think it was when OG did the Euro dunk, and then Carl was yelling at the crowd. There was like 2:30 left. They're up 17 or some shit, 15. I was like, this game is over.
Yeah.
And then they just keep. I remember being on the phone with my friends, and I was making a joke. I was like, hey man, the Pacers, they'll come back in a minute, making a joke because they did it with versus my pops in Milwaukee. Remember, that game was brutal. It was heartbreaking watching that game. And again, the Bucks weren't going to win that series. It was about them being able to fight without Dame and maybe just push it to one more game. You know what I mean? Maybe force a game 5, force a game 6. They got that game stolen from them. Indiana has stolen. Thief. 2 to 3, 4 games in this playoffs where they had no business winning. They just took it from just continually playing. I tweeted last night, their late game scramble play while being down at the end of the game needs to be studied. The way they press and trap and force turnovers needs to be studied.
Well, we've done it against 3 different teams, like you said. In the playoffs, where the teams are most prepared.
They definitely plan this. They definitely practice this. They definitely drill this. You can't have this much success in the playoffs consistently, down big, late in the game, without drilling this out.
Of course, a touch of luck of Nesmith turning into Steph Curry.
That stuff you can't. That stuff is just like, I mean, I don't know what's happening.
Those threes were insane that Nesmith was shooting.
They were like
darts into the basket.
Leg out. This one time he had his leg this high, shot it. He's not even a shooter, for one. His shot don't look good. For 2, it's like, I can't stand. It's a pet peeve in the basketball world. When somebody hits a 3 and they're trying to follow their shot and it goes in, you're like, get the fuck. You didn't even know where it was going. That's why you're running after it.
Yeah.
He had like 2 threes in a row where he fired it and went to run after it, and the ball went in. Everybody's just like, what's going on right now? He hit like 5 in a row. Unbelievable by Nesmith. Haliburton hit the biggest shot. Nesmith won them the game. And Nesmith was the MVP of that game. He began that run because from then it looked like there was only quit left. The game was over. I mean, it was just they have figured out a way to master this scramble play. And again, luck is a huge part of this, right? But they have consistently found ways in games where they're down, whether it's 10, 11, 17, 5, 4, whatever. They're never dead.
How much of the fact that the Knicks rely on like 5 guys, maybe 6, all game, where at the end of the game, they're a little more worn down. Jalen Brunson made a couple plays at the end of the game that were just very uncharacteristic. Like he threw the ball away a couple times.
Bro,
one time he got saved and OG got it. He just threw that up.
The one where he tried to bounce it off his foot.
Yeah. I just felt like you rely on guys so much. And then while the Pacers are still fine and fresh because they sub out like a hockey team the way they play.
They just come
at the end of the game where other people are relying on their players all game. They're just a little more worn out towards the end of the game.
I mean, I don't know if it over a 7-game series. I think them playing.
I definitely think the Knicks needed to win that game because as the series goes on, they will become more tired and worn out. That loss
reminds me of like
Cavs Warriors in 2018 when LeBron played that amazing game. They tried to get game 1.
Yes.
They needed that game. They lost.
It fucks the series because what happens is Knicks like, we're supposed to be up 1-0, and now we got to climb a mountain. We're supposed to be the ones up, and they did it at home. Bro, this Pacers team is trouble. I don't know what else to tell. I've been telling people for weeks now. I've switched. I have totally jumped ship. I will admit it right here live on my pod. I am about to grab one of them damn Haliburton banners, tie it around my neck, and join Mr. Haliburton at Buffalo Wild Wings. And we're going to go down there and cheer his son on together. This team just figures out ways to win the game.
Yeah.
They're never out of it. You could be up 10 with 4 seconds left. You're in trouble. They'll figure out a way to get a 7-point play. Haliburton hit a 3 last night. It touched the back rim, hit the top of the Jumbotron, and went back in. They've always figured out a way to scramble. If it's wild play, bro, if it's 2 minutes left, when they're down 3 or 4, you're in for a show.
3 or 4, down 10.
No, it's at the point now.
You need to be down 10.
You need to be spotted at least 10 with this team because Nesmith will hit a splits 3. Nembhard might hit something from 7 feet behind. Pascal will get and 1, and God knows what Haliburton will do.
Nembhard, Obi Toppin, like they have so many players.
They do. They have a lot of players. Nembhard, Mathurin.
And it's not even about just being deep too. Nembhard played point guard at Florida and Gonzaga, so like they have another guy that can give the ball to, who creates and makes plays. Yeah. They have a bunch of creators like Derek White, Drew Holiday, Tatum. Yes. Like they have a bunch of different guys.
7 guys that can catch off the dribble. Even Pascal. Pascal's a point forward. He gets a rebound. He doesn't look for the guard. He grabs it and goes. They get a rebound and they go.
Yeah.
The whole team does.
The first half, Haliburton had a couple rebounds where he just kind of touched pass through it up.
He is the epitome of just like, it's not about me.
Yeah.
He gets a rebound and he's not looking to hold. A lot of point guards hold the ball until they get an assist. They pass it when they think it's going to be good for them. All right. Haliburton passes the ball to help the team. He gives a shit about how many assists he has. He gets a rebound and just tosses it up to get motion. It's not about him. He's controlling the offense, but they all do it. He sets the tone. He gets a rebound. Mathurin's at half, throws it. It's not even a thought.
Yeah.
And then Mathurin can make a play.
Everyone's just playing free basketball instead of
free basketball.
These defined roles.
You know what's expected with them? Good to great. Good to great is expected with them. You got a good shot, but your teammate has a great. The ball, it's swung.
You know what's funny? In the first quarter, I remember. I think they started the game off like 10 for 10, which was insane. Mathurin subbed in and he took kind of a bad shot, and I think the announcer said that was the first bad shot the Pacers have shot because that's just not what they really do.
There's only one player on the Pacers that'll take a bad shot consistently. That's Mathurin.
Yeah,
Mathurin's the only guy in there that'll force it. He's the only one that shoots bad shots. Everyone else makes the right play. Mathurin's brought in there to score, though.
No, he's super talented, but like, yeah, he'll take tough shots. He'll also make tough shots.
That's just who he is. He goes out there and he's a chuck. All right. They bring him in, go score. If he's out there fucking around, they get him out. But he's the only guy that like won't make the right play sometimes. He still does a lot of times. He's gotten a lot better at it because he's even like fallen into the team flow. Everyone else, though, if Miles Turner has a good shot, but someone right next to him is wide, it's not gone. Doesn't matter if you're a better shooter than him. The ball's out in the hands. Bro, there's times last night in that fourth quarter, 3-on-2 break. Haliburton stomps at a 3, was going to shoot it, but then saw Miles Turner. Miles Turner got it, was going to shoot it, but then dumps it down to Pascal because he's wide open. They just make the play. Yeah. The ball pops. They got multiple guys that can play off the dribble. And like you said, they're deep. They are trouble. And you know what they are? They're well coached, and they don't stop playing until the fucking game is over. It's the biggest compliment I could give them. The fact that we're talking about them right now, we have a lot of areas that we can go to giving them compliments. I gotta respect a team that doesn't stop playing until the whistle. They don't stop. They have no business being up 1-0 right now, but they don't quit. Most teams mail that shit in. As good as the Celtics are, they're down 14 with 2-3 minutes left. It's going to turn into Brown and Tatum hoisting some shit up. The game's over. That Pacers team plays scramble ball, pass. Nesmith won the game for them. They allowed it. Nesmith hit a couple threes. One of their worst three-point shooters in that lineup. He hit a couple. Pascal was driving the next play, handing it off to him. It wasn't about anybody else. It's like, yo, Nesmith hit a couple. Let's get it. He hit 3 more in a row. They let the game. They allow. This is the best way to put it. The Pacers allow each other to be a hero. Any of them could be a hero. They obviously know the game's going to end through Pascal and Haliburton. They know this, or Nembhard might be. But the fact is, Nembhard can make a play, and T.J. McConnell can make a play, and Obi Toppin can make a play, and Matherin can make a play. Nesmith was a star last night. They allow each other. They're so selfless and unselfish. They allow any one of them to be a hero on any other night, and that's a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
Versus going against a team versus Minnesota, and you're like, it's going in this guy's hands, and it's going to have the ball. Maybe Julius.
That's why that predictable offense is so. Like I said, for a
gonna
defense like the Thunder,
they're going to have to adjust. You can't beat the Thunder one on 5. They're too defensively woke, and they're too long, athletic, physical, talented, and they just happen to have a plethora of wing defenders specifically designed to guard your best player, who happens to be a wing. They struggle with Nikola because Nikola's the center, and Chet's like a lanky, wiry guy, and then and Hartenstein's undersized. So like they have to like community guard him. If Denver had shooting, they win that series. They just don't have shooting. They're like swinging at P-Wad, Christian Braun, and Westbrook on the perimeter. You eliminate that and have like KCP and like this guy and a couple of shooters on there.
What I was saying, a guy like Jokic or Luka last year could give a problem to the Thunder,
yes,
but not when Julius Randle was backing down.
Can't beat him that way.
And from a mile away, you could see what he's doing, and then they bring in Jalen Williams to strip you,
or Ant sizing up and doing his thing, and they're like all just waiting. Can't beat him that way.
Right.
They're going to have to make adjustments. I do believe they will, though. They've done it all year.
Yeah.
I just have faith in Minnesota. I have faith in Chris Finch. I have faith in Anthony Edwards.
And also the Thunder haven't been great this
and again,
playoffs as far as,
and we talked about it.
They've been inconsistent.
They shot the ball terrible too.
Yeah.
Okay, like Minnesota didn't shoot for shit.
Yeah.
So like if you get a normal game from Nas and Nikhil and DiVincenzo, that game's different. So I expect that to be a physical, hard fought, back and forth adjustment series where you have all this talent going at each other. Same goes for this series. We're in for a great Final Four.
Remember my logic. Now the Knicks have to win. They essentially played enough to win last night. I have to win 4 more.
Yeah. You have to win 4 more.
Yeah.
And that's what's trouble, is to get over that mental hurdle. I do believe with the energy in that city and the hope being like, they're down 1-0. It's okay. It's still there. This is going to be a bar fight. And game 2 is going to be even more dramatic. But now, the pressure is on. The pressure is on. You have to win game 2. You go down 2-0, you put yourself in the same shoes that Cleveland was in, and you're like, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, what would have happened if Haliburton did that celebration? They went into overtime and then they lost. The celebration would have looked a little. It was all over the internet that he was going to do it. I don't know if you saw it. It was everywhere.
Of course. And he timed it perfectly.
He worked it, but can I tell you something? Him going in there, making that crazy shot, doing that celebration, and wearing Tim's to the game, he's on fire right now. Him and Chalamet.
He's on a run.
Yeah.
He's on a run. And by the way, he didn't know his foot was on the line. So it was like this much on the line. It could have been a game winner. It was Kevin Durant, right?
I can't believe he did that dribble back to the
Kevin
3
Durant,
again.
I know Kevin Durant was watching the game. What's a Leo meme? Like,
yeah.
You know, he's like, there it is. Yeah. That was dope for me. First off, again, he didn't know his foot was on the line. So the celebration was caused for. Okay. He thought he just hit a game winner, game 1. By the way, same scenario, same team. Reggie and them went in there.
Yeah.
Game was supposed to be lost. They won the game. He put the choke thing. The fact that this happened first of all, we've all been asking for it. The fact that it happened game 1, they're down however many, and they come back, and he hits a 3 where the ball hits and goes in, and he does the celebration.
Insane.
It was just
in the best arena in the world, like you said.
It was
the craziest comeback we've ever seen. All of these put together.
Basketball poetry.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just beautiful. We're in for a battle. Both series are going to be fantastic. Both series are going to be up and down, adjustment making. I mean, I am so excited as both of these series go along. I love both series. People are like, oh, this Final Four could be, bro, they're good 4 teams left, and they both complement each other. Like this Minnesota OKC series is going to be a blast. I don't know if you could tell. The Indiana Knicks series is going to be iconic. It's just, and the good thing about it is if there is a blowout, Pacers ain't going nowhere. They're going to come back.
Yeah, if the Knicks are up 20 next game.
Nah, it's like they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Just sit tight. Bro, I watched that game when they were up 17 and Carl was yelling at the crowd. I was like, this game is over. Carl hit that 3 and patted James. I was like, this game is over.
Yeah.
Carl's unbelievable last night. Some of the shots he hits, he is so good. Anyways, what a game. Got to give credit to Indiana. Yeah, man, Haliburton's got some stones on him, dog. For him to even take that shot. He didn't have anything. He ran back behind the line, popped a 3, goes to overtime. At that point, you knew the Knicks were in trouble because the air had been taken out of the room. I mean,
the Knicks were up in overtime too. It's
for a little bit, and then once the lead slipped, the Knicks fans felt you could feel the rope just let go. I mean, they were like, bro, the entire arena was in shock. It was dead quiet. That ball hit the top of the rim and then went back in, and everybody's like, holy shit, we're about to lose this game. We were just up by the game was over. Again, what the Pacers are doing at the end of the game needs to be studied. Scramble play, pressure situation. Whether it's defensively, forcing traps, speeding teams up into turnovers. Knicks could have had a couple. Josh Hart almost slipped on the inbounds. Could have been one. They tried Brunson. Brunson tried to hit it off his feet. Goes up in the air. Thank God OG got it. I mean, there was 3 other plays where the Pacers could have grabbed it. They force teams into turnovers. This hectic offense, they get open threes. They just, you have to take care of the ball and execute late game versus this team if we haven't already seen. They have proven this isn't a one-time thing, a 2-time, or even a 3-time. This has happened 3 to 4 times in the playoffs only that this team has just come back and taken wins. So for anybody else going forward, Knicks and whoever wins the Western Conference, if you're up versus the Pacers, do not celebrate. They're not going anywhere. You got to give them credit, man. They had a lot of fight in them. Carlisle, this entire staff, entire team, they have locked in. What a win, man. Multiple effort play. And again, their team just screams unselfish, and it starts with Haliburton. Anybody's allowed to be the hero on that team any night. And that's a dangerous thing. We know Haliburton and Pascal are the best players, but the freedom and unselfishness by them to just move the ball and allow any player to be a hero is really, it's just admirable, and it's fun to watch, man. What a series.